Good evening, everyone, and good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Dhammapariyesanā. Today is day 36. In today's talk, we'll be looking at an interesting intersection about technology and spirituality with a focus on Buddhism. Buddhism on the go. How smartphone apps are changing spirituality. So this is an interesting topic that we all are very interested, and in particular, we know that this topic comes with apps, like smartphone apps. What would life be without apps today? As mobile device use increases, so does the number of apps that someone uses on a daily basis. We're very reliant on apps, even on PCs today, to get our work done, find where we need to go. Coming from a GPS context, or even to secure our homes and businesses. They affect our productivity, how we interact on social media, and even how we maintain customer loyalty. There's a good chance that you are using an app right now while reading this. At the same time, we know that use of mobile apps give us different thoughts. In reality, your mobile app is a simpler version of your main site. As you may see that there are some websites which are mobile friendly, but some sites are not. But optimizing, your website or someone's website that you're really looking for information is a very interesting and easy thing. That's why we chose this topic, to understand what can smartphone apps, mobile apps, do to the beliefs and perception of Buddhist practitioners, especially in terms of spiritual perspectives. Today, I invited a guest who has a background of smartphone apps. It's a great pleasure for me to welcome May Lye, a Malaysian businesswoman who is the founder and owner of Big Kids Apps, her own company in Malaysia. So let me paraphrase her bio a little bit. She started her work from being a draftsman at Alston and Asia Pacific company. And then she became a mechanical designer at Master Jaya Environmental Company. And then she also worked as a draft person at Smart Tech. And then she found out that her passionate desire in designing apps, and then she started her own company called Big Kids Apps. Looking at her educational background, she has earned a diploma in mechatronics. It is a kind of a new term for many. Mechatronic is a combination of a couple of things. We know there are things involved like electronic systems, computers, mechanical system, and control systems, and they all are taken integrated as a place to talk about mechatronics, because technology today is much different than it was 15, 20 years ago. So harsh working conditions are gone. Today is more technical. So, these mechatronics professionals, they mostly cross-training different things, I would say, robotics, mechanical instrumentation, electronics. So mechatronics is a comprehensive solution for engineering applications. So our guest today, May Lye, has earned a diploma in this subject called mechatronics, and she has also earned a high diploma from Institute of Megatech in Malaysia. Please join me in welcoming May Lye. May Lye, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
You fine? Okay, good. Great to hear that. Okay, so let's get started. And you are a very special person, because I shared a post on Facebook about your apps, especially Buddhist apps. It looks like you have created, designed over 100 apps so far.
Yeah.
Out of these 100 apps, around 50 apps, they are Buddhist related apps. So let me take a look at some of your apps. I'm not gonna give a whole bunch of knowledge about your apps. You may have, your own way of explaining them. So you created an app. I specifically looked at that one. It's Tibetan Buddhist mantra, and you say that it's been downloaded by 50,000 people.
Yeah, more than
More than 50,000, people, and which has 20 famous Tibetan mantra. And when we look at some of the Theravada type of apps, smart apps, we can see Buddhist stories, Namo Tassa chanting, healing meditation, handbook of Vandana in Pali, 100 Buddha quotes, Parita chanting in both Thai language and Sri Lankan language, I would say Pali, kids Buddhist song, 1, 2, 3, there are 3 apps, Thai Sutta chanting, Buddhist cave meditation, and Thai deities. I think that is a little bit different from Buddhist, but under Theravada. And when I look at your Mahayana apps you've created so far, I can see a lot of apps. I guess more than 20. Cause and Effect Sutra, Songs of Pure Land, Amitabha Chants, 33 Konying Manifestation, Earth Store, Bodhisattva, Shrutigarbha, Love and Care Songs, Compassionate Buddha, 88 Buddhas, what do you call it? 88 Buddhas, repentance, Pure Land songs, and what do you call it? Vaishajya Guru, Medicinal Buddha, Buddha Dharanis, Lotus Sutra, Sooth and Calm songs, 10 vows of Samanta Bhadra, another Bodhisattva, chanting Buddha 1 and 2, there are 2 apps, and Cantonese Buddhists. I guess this is good for people who know Cantonese. Background from Hong Kong. Sutras of the Universal, Mahayana Sutras, 48 vows of Amitabha, Diamond Cutter, I know this is Sanskrit, Vajrachedika Sutra, Heart Sutta. So all these are, related to Mahayana. And looking at the Tibetan apps, I can see, Tibetan Buddhist mantra, which I mentioned at the beginning, which was downloaded more than 50,000 times. Jambala Wealth, Prayer Wheels, Tibetan Prayer Wheels, and Kunsang Monlam, 8 Auspicious Clock, 21 Tara Manifestation, 5 Dhyani Buddhas, Mandala, Tagaka. So, in addition to Theravada, Mahayana, and Vajrayana, Tibetan apps, we created also some Japanese apps, and there are 2 Japanese apps, 101 Zen Stories and E Gong Hon Sang. And also you created chakra healing, Hindu money gods, and a lot of apps. Amazing. So that's why I call you are a special person. And you created all these to make them available free of charge. That's your dedication. So May Lye, my first question to you is about the importance of these apps. So why do we need apps? In particular, why do you think that a Buddhist person need to look for an app? We know that we've been having COVID-19 for 1 year now, but even before that, I think you created most of these apps before COVID-19, right?
Before that.
Not just for COVID-19.
No, long before that, long before.
Yes. So why do you think that we need apps? Do you think that we need to change with apps in today's spirituality about Buddhism?
Okay. Because actually nowadays everything is apps really change everything we function in our life. Because apps is something that you just open your phone and everything is inside there lah. So it's easier than like I say why? Because apps is something like Buddhism on the go. So like sometimes last time I used to have CDs. So I found a solution, and always the CD, I misplaced the CD lah. So when I want to do chanting, I have to look for the lyrics and the CD. So with this, that's why I come to a solution that with apps, I don't need to use CD and lyrics anymore lah. So I can do my chanting easily using just switch on my mobile device. I can do my chanting using my tablets or any mobile device. So it solved the problems of this inconvenience lah. And also now also beside you want to know about apps in general or only for Buddhism?
Yeah, my question to you was, what is the importance of having Buddhist apps and apps in general, especially for people who having issues in going to temples because they can't go to temple these times, and they can't practice their Buddhist things as they used to be. So what do you think the importance of smartphone apps in general to people's lives, and how do you view that?
Okay. Buddhist mobile app is a powerful tool that brings with it great benefit. When you focus on proclaiming the Dhamma, connecting with your followers, and encouraging your flock of followers, you will benefit from the mobile app lah. Because actually there is mainly 5 benefits right now I can think of lah. The thing coming to my mind is Buddhism on the go. So actually mobile app is a great software development, a great breakthrough lah. So with apps, we can lace around anywhere. So we can use our phone for chanting and all these things. Like just now I mentioned the CD issue, missing the CD with the lyrics. That is the first benefit. Now come to the first benefit. Just now what I mentioned is you need to on your CD. So sometimes I just on my apps. Wherever I doing packing or tidying my house, or I doing coding or whatever, I just switch on my app. You can put on your altar. All this also can . It will it can also act like a Buddha machine, and amulets, something like amulet can protect our house also . The second reason is sometimes through this one is sometimes certain thing maybe not in my apps but there is some other benefit like push notification. So sometimes you can set a notification through some apps you can set notification to create a reminder for your followers wherever you got any calendar or any event, any important schedule, you can alert them . The third benefit is can also sometimes can increase donations because sometimes people instead of like just now you say during pandemic people had to come to temple, so people want to place offering or donation, they can place to either apps like if the apps is integrated to with PayPal or any payment terms so people can donate through the apps or whatever, or can ask to place offerings also, like let's say I want to offer flowers and candles, I just place my donation and then I write what I want to what type of offering I want to sponsor . So this one also and easier to alert. Most importantly, it's easier to alert people, share out the whatever important things to people . It's easier because it's mobile, so everything using phone. So the fourth one is the more in-depth and powerful Dhamma study model. Let's say study of anything, we need to be interesting. So if just plain study will be a bit of boring . And also it's easier to teach, let's say during using app, because everything is in the device. So you no need to, people no need to look for book or search for website or anything . Let's say any sermon, people can, you can carry on the apps, then preach the sermon to people. Is also easier . I can say it's convenient . So if let's say people cannot go to temple right now, people can subscribe to either newsletter or subscribe to your sermon on whichever day, whichever important day. Let's say like full moon or new moon, people can subscribe on certain day, so they can easily learn . So, and finally, I can think of the benefit is can educate and attract more visitors to your temple . Let's say sometimes people don't know anything about your temple, but if let's say you have an app, so people will will people will be easier to get notice because some users they can share to other people easily, so everybody will get to know about your temple also lah. This right now, this is what I can think of lah. I'm sure there are many more benefits. Right now I can't think of lah.
May, I have this personal question to you. What made you to design apps? I mean, you've been working in different kind of a capacity, regarding the same field, but I think creating apps is a different kind of thing. So you were a draftsman, and you studied about mechatronics. And what made you to design apps all of a sudden? What prompted you to motivated you to design apps? How did you learn? And I think it's a big thing, I guess.
Yes, this and a very interesting thing I want to share lah. Actually, I work as a draft and mechanical designer. This because you see what I study is mechatronics, and mechatronics is a very big field, very big field in engineering. It's combination of mechanical, electronic, electrical, and computer combination of four kind of field lah. So software I can say is also one tiny part of it lah. But when I worked last time, I was bad at programming. I really, to tell the truth, before I started mobile apps, I really hate programming. So, but then after that, that's why I work in engineering. But I feel that engineering is too tough for lady lah. Especially I work in the field of mechanical. How can I do the tough work, which is very difficult for lady draftman? Sometimes you need to go to site and take measurement, all this, which almost impossible. I think for lady it's very difficult. So at that time I slow down. At that time, then after I quit my advanced diploma is I study part-time. So at that time about finishing my project, so I just quit my job for a few months to finish out my advanced diploma few more months the project Then after that I try to look for a job but I can say it's fated I try to look for a job, but I can't get any job in mobile app because engineering, I feel this really I can't progress anymore. So I start my own apps company, all this. I just push through my way. And then I try to find job. I still cannot. Then after I keep on go deeper until I can become a businesswoman already. I can say it's just by chance actually. And also how I learn. This is something very surprising. I can say something I can say because I in my heart I tell myself even if mobile app I can't make a single cent, also I don't bother I will get a job if I cannot make money because I want to share the Dhamma through these mobile apps This is a way that is can free and accessible to the whole world, because I can say a lot of mysterious things happen at that time. I really somehow I got free computer, all this. Somehow I got the resources. I can say I have the basic resources to start, and the knowledge are. I'm not to say I'm proud or whatever I got zero knowledge in programming. I started with don't know how to program. I never written a single line of code before. But within 3 months, I could create my apps. I could create my first app within 3 months. Then within 6 months, I can earn a little bit of money, because I can say thanks to Buddha guidance that I can create something from nowhere. I never attend class because I'm not willing to pay. So I never have anybody guide me. None of my friends can guide me anything. I have no idea at all. But because due to my passion, I can say mainly it's my passion. So and my passion, I want to share something to the world. So that's where I created the karma that I doesn't have in this lifetime, but I created the karma, generate the merits through my compassion. So that's why I have. So I advise anybody if want to create, let's say create the merits, just think of something that you can save the world, then you will automatically create the merits to do it already. From my experience, that's how I started. And I'm very happy with my apps. Like I say, the CD issue, I always misplace the CD with the lyrics. So now every day I can just switch on my phone. I can play all the music in my apps.
I think that motivation, brought a lot of benefits to many, not only to you. I mean,
Pardon?
when that motivation brought many people easy access to a lot of Dhamma things, like
Yeah.
as said about Tibetan app. It's been downloaded by more than 50,000 people. I mean, that means you have done an even great thing to people, not even to Theravada, Matrayana, Mahayana, to other things too. Okay, let's talk a little bit about current Buddhist apps. I would say current Buddhist apps and apps in general about spirituality. So we know that there are benefits about apps, as you said. Apps are able to make a brand stay prominent in the minds of consumers. They help people stay connected. Apps are very cost effective for everyone, rather than buying something for a high price. Downloading an app is very easy, just a finger thing away. Apps create less of an environmental impact because we save environment. They load quickly, not I hope many apps, but and many apps are very easy to use. We'll be talking about some of the cons, like disadvantages of apps too, at the end. But now these are advantages, because our focus is about what Buddhist apps can help. We focus on your apps. So what are the current apps, like Buddhist apps, that you have figured out in terms of helping people, and also what are the other ways of people using apps with their Buddhist practice? Let's say it's no doubt that everybody uses Zoom today for chanting, Dhamma talk, Dhamma discussion. Zoom, and we use StreamYard, and many people use many things, Teams. But what are, because they are also apps, right? So what are those mobile apps that people, probably you may have done your own research before you designing your own apps. So what are those apps that you can see that people already benefiting so far?
Actually, I can see the app that I created. Before I created, I was very surprised. Almost all of my apps actually are quite active. Of course, if people use it, they will be benefited. Actually, my apps is based on all the different tradition and different sects of Buddhism, because to cater for different people. Pardon, just now what you say is how people benefited?
Yeah, I've been asking about other apps, because we've been talking about your apps after.
Okay.
What are the Buddhist apps you figure out that were already in the industry or in Play Stores or something for your design, or after you design, that you see that they are benefiting people?
Oh, okay. Beside those developed by me, other apps I cannot say that it doesn't benefit. There is some other apps also do benefit. But then I can see not many apps is what I like. But there's a few, like there's one I think in both Apple and Android also have. There is iWorship. Right? Have you seen before? The app is not developed by me, but it's very useful. There is like a digital altar. Let's say people live in a small space, they don't have an altar, they just rent a room. So what they can do is digital altar. Let's say they can have the tablet or phone or computer. They just on the altar where you can choose which that one is a Mahayana one, more like it. Which Buddha you want to worship, then place the digital offering, then play the chanting music. This actually that is before I started any apps. The apps really inspire me. That one really inspiring, digital altar. So it's better than no altar. Like, of course, if people can have their own altar, can have such luxury to have their own physical altar, will be better. If they don't have, at least there is another choice. And another apps is developed by some other developer also, is also Mahayana. Some like the full sutra inside. That one is like the karaoke version. It's in all the apps is in Chinese name. Like the Da Bei Zhou, all these they have I saw quite a lot of apps. That's why after that I for the inspiration I create my own style of apps.
Okay, great. Now let's move on to your apps. So
Okay.
I know roughly that you created design around 100 apps, and out of them, around 50 they are Buddhist. I think I read many of their names, probably all.
Okay.
So please share with us some of the very interesting apps you created about Buddhist subject. Focusing on Theravada, Mahayana, and Vajrayana, and other apps too, like other non-Buddhist apps too. So this is time for you to share about your apps.
Okay. Okay. So actually, my apps mainly I divide into uh, three main category and also some subcategory, because I believe some people they say certain set of Buddhism is higher than another set, but I don't believe in such thing. I believe in depends on the person preference, and also is the suitability of the environment and different country. I don't know maybe the they prefer different sect of Buddhism, but that is okay. That's why to cater for different needs of different people. So develop a few different types. Like sometimes the first type is Theravada, because since you are Theravada, start with Theravada is normally Theravada is only the Parita chanting. The one I put is in this one I start with Theravada is the pure Theravada is like the Sri Lanka type. Like the Thailand one is some people they call it Thai Buddhism. They don't want to call it Theravada. Lah. So we start with Theravada. Just now you have mentioned like Parita chanting, Namo Tassa, Handbook of Buddhist. So how it benefit? Parita chanting is like a Buddha machine. You just on the music, you want to chant or don't want to chant, you just put on your altar, let the Parita chanting move about. It's also okay lah with the music. Whereas for Handbook of Buddhist, it's more on the static type. The music you have to play manually. That one is for people to chant themselves. It's a daily vandana. So this people no need to bring their Parita chanting book anywhere lah. They just their phone, they can go anywhere. Let's say they go overseas, they stay in hotel, they just bring their device along. They can chant. No need to carry the book which heavy everywhere lah. This is for the Theravada, because Theravada actually is only a few. So most of my apps actually is Mahayana, but because why Mahayana? There's a lot, because Mahayana they got a lot of the hymns and the songs, all these are. So wherever I get any new CDs on Mahayana, last time I got a lot of CDs about the Mahayana music, like Pure Land song, and all these are the hymns. Hymns are the Pure Land song. I have like Buddhist song, compassionate song, and then love and care song, and then I can't remember so many. That ones are the CD. Is actually is a Buddhist type of song. It's like singing. Is hymns. For the chanting one, the chanting Buddha 1 and 2. That one is like called the Great Compassionate Mantra, Heart Sutra, and there's a few lah. More normally dedicated to Guan Yin, which is the great compassionate goddess in Mahayana. So Mahayana mostly is about hymns and the chanting is like the temple type of chanting. And also that one I have other Mahayana have other one is some chanting together with sutra, because some like medicine Buddha called Baisaja Guru, they got sutra 12 vows of Baisaja Guru with 4 different songs of medicine Buddha, the chanting music. And also Siddhi Garba is the what to say, Earth Store Bodhisattva. He dealt with the hell beings, all this. So his sutra also got many chapters. His sutra also, and then with the music and with the chanting music. So that one is a different format one together with that one. And also what other there's a few universal sutra, and also Samantha Bhadra. Samantha Bhadra is universal Buddha. The Samantha Bhadra with the sutras and music. That's all for Mahayana is considered a lot to describe. Another one is Vajrayana. Vajrayana, just now you have already mentioned the Tibetan and the Diamond Cutter Sutra. And also prayer wheel is like virtual prayer wheel. The real prayer wheel, you have to have many prayer wheel. That one is the virtual Tibetan prayer wheel. Got the mantra of Om Mani Padme Hum and Manjushri mantra, Kuru Kule mantra, and then Malaysian Buddha mantra. There's a few more the wheel can trill the wheel using your phone instead of bringing the prayer wheel everywhere. You just trill and the music will play But the Tibetan mantra, that one is I got timer because it's different format. That type of mantra is keep on repeating. You can put you want 1 hour, 2 hour, or endless repeating. So you repeat So lastly, another sector is the Zen Buddhism. Zen Buddhism or Japanese Buddhism. That one involves one is 101 Zen stories, and another one is for the more specific one. I can say another one is Nichiren Buddhism and Thai Buddhism. Let's start with Nichiren. Actually, Nichiren Buddhism they base the whole thing on Lotus Sutra. So Lotus Sutra I put at first I put only English but due to some users demand, so I copy the text in French also to put inside the Lotus Sutra. The Lotus Sutra is just recite only. The Nichiren, the one is another one is Yi Gohonjon. Yi Gohonjon actually is quite a lot of controversial about the app but then we have to think of people's need because sometimes the users they don't like the virtual chanting of the Gohonjon of Namyo Horengekyo. They don't like the virtual Gohonjon in the phone. But then that one is practiced by a lot of remote countries where temples and any Buddhist association is too far away. So that's why it's needed also, even though it's a lot of controversial issue. And the final one I like the most is I normally practice is Thai Buddhism Also, why I cannot put in Theravada because also some controversial issue Some people say Theravada and Thai Buddhism is different. That's how some monks also argue because Thai Buddhism involves animism and Hinduism also. So that one I put in different app. I cannot call it Theravada. It's Theravada, but it's more specific, different a bit diversified But overall, I think I try to create apps that cater for any needs of any Buddhist in my this Buddhist apps So there is no right or wrong. I believe is as long as good is fine Okay.
That's really a great way of presenting your apps. May the next question is about. Before I jump into the next question, I want to thank you for creating, these whole bunch of apps, and they are really benefiting all of us. So, with advantages of apps, come disadvantages and coincide. So, what are the implications, problems that still need to be addressed with new apps? How to avoid inaccurate apps? Like, there are issues with crashing. Some of the apps when they are being loaded, they can they can go crash, and there are privacy concerns. And I know that apps designers, they still want to make more problem solving skills. I want to say that apps don't work in all systems. Like most of your apps, I think almost all apps, they only work in Android. So we're going to talk about iOS. I think you have a plan to expand them to iOS. And we know that apps require ongoing updates to remain relevant. So some people don't like to, update their phones for different reasons. Apps can be a pain to optimize sometimes. And also, when you incorporate a lot of information into one app, then these, I would say call them large apps. So these large apps can be very cumbersome. If somebody is creating apps, all of a sudden, if that person creates a bad app, that can damage their brand. So that's on the side of designer. Apps can also take up a long, I would say, lot of storage space, right? Some apps take a lot of storage because not a lot of people have a lot of storage, with their phones. And with all that, we see that there are practical cons and disadvantages of using apps for both customers and designers. So if we nail down our question to a level where we understand, you have brought up a lot of good things, like easy things for people, Buddhist people. And what are let's start from you. What are the things that you have figured out that you could not address and you still think that you need to revamp, update a little bit more, design more in terms of you know, creating apps and about the contents and easy things. What are the implications, problems, things that you need to develop, get rid of with apps in the future? But I also know that you also want to create more apps in the future. So all in all, what are the implications with apps in terms of development, maintenance, different operating systems, and all that?
Okay. So actually, your question is very long. I hope I can remember all your questions.
Yeah. Well, I can remind you in case you don't address.
Okay. Actually, apps that we're starting is really a lot of implications. We're starting. We have to go to like user feedback and experience and see what is the problem. Actually, regarding do I plan to expand to iOS? Because it depends on the demand. And also, if since now if there is a demand, I will think of in future. I try to learn up cross platform. How can I bring my app to one app for all platform? Because but to 50 apps to publish in Apple Store, I can say sorry. I don't think Apple will allow lah. Because especially we are small time developers, maybe if 10 at the most, maybe okay. 10, 50 Buddhist, I really doubt lah. It won't lah. So, but never mind. In future, I will expand. I'm already expanding to Chinese store lah, like Huawei store lah. One only I will expand more because right now I'm not only doing apps lah. I'm handling e-commerce also. Because my e-commerce, I use my e-commerce besides selling things. I promote my apps together with. Let's say I'm selling incense and amulets and Buddha statues. I will insert one bookmark about my apps for customers to download my apps also. If they don't know how to chant, they can go along with it also. So that's why I handle a lot. I can't improve it yet because I lack of time lah. But the problem to address is I try to make it because before that I tried to make in-app purchase and I could make because at that time some Google policy issue. They force us to display our address to the whole world, which I don't feel comfortable. But now I got a physical address in one office, so I could make the purchase app already. I'm starting already the purchase app lah. And also about the problem, yes, last time starting at time my app got some problem like in certain device some users feedback to me the mantra chanting the first music when it continuously go to the second music. It crashed. The sound all crashed together. Overlap of the music lah. So, but luckily I could found a solution to solve this problem. So now all my music no longer overlap lah. For my thing about the app size and I normally try to reduce as low as possible, but not reduce the quality. So I try to cut the music, not too long. Let's say the music sometimes 10 minutes with repetition, but the repetition only 2 minutes is the full one. So I cut into 2 minutes now. So that's how it becomes smaller in size. So the image also I resize and make sure the quality is there. I try to resize everything to small and good quality. So it won't be very big to download. Some other apps I tried before, the implication is that when you switch off the app, the music still play until you have to switch off your whole phone. Last time I tried before one of the apps, Buddhist apps also. I forget. I don't want to tell the name of the apps. The music is playing, so while you take a nap or whatever, the music still playing on your device. That's why this sometimes is because some bugs. I can say apps always have bugs. So there's some all these cons is we have to, of course, everything got pros and cons.
What do you mean by bugs?
Error.
Errors. Okay, they call it bugging.
Yeah, bugging. So, all the cons we can see is we have to find a solution to overcome it. So it become until it no more all these implications indirectly no more bugs we have to keep on improve to overcome it always think of new idea to overcome it, and sometimes also other implications like the advertisement, all this. Also we have to keep on update. I know a lot of people doesn't like it, but sometimes no choice we have to keep on update Yes, we try to reduce the disadvantage. Try to reduce all the uh, get rid of all the errors until it become running perfect. Right now, I can say my apps are okay. It just I need to improve yet. For the errors, all the so-called bugs. I've already get rid of the bugs so far, but I will need to improve it yet. Definitely will need to improve.
So you're looking at a more customer friendly, interface with your apps, right?
Yeah. According to demand also lah.
Yeah. May, what about privacy concerns? A lot of people, they like, a lot of people that I know, they're pretty concerned about apps when it comes to personal, I would say, privacy things. Like a lot of apps, they track their GPS. I would say their privacy. So when you create apps, so how much you focus on giving customers kind of a trustworthy environment where you give them a sense of like credibility that we are not tracking your information, where you're going and all that, because some apps they track you. So how do you look at this concern about privacy issues with an app, especially your apps?
Okay. Like you say, there's pro and cons, because if possible, I try to reduce the let's say set location, all this. I try not to use this thing. Anyway, my apps, because it doesn't involve any Google or Facebook sign in, it's not sign in, because it doesn't need to sign in. It's just chanting. It don't need to sign, so I don't put the sign in. The sign in one, it can get your information from Google or Facebook, but mine one is no sign in. But for the location, because certain of my apps, like the Buddhist pilgrimage, let's say, we need to have the location of where is the cave and where is the site. That's why I have to set the location allowed. That's why some people may not like that, but personally over here I can't track the person, because my app is not any GPS or anything so I can't track it. Just that they have to allow only. Sometimes most of my app, the chanting, people have to allow ringtone. Ringtone, that means they have to allow system permission. Which some people may not want, but then sometimes this the requirement. If let's say I remove the certain permission, then certain features cannot be used. That's how But I really don't try. As long as people don't did not require, don't sign in anything, then I cannot track.
Okay, great. Yeah, anything else you want to add, May, as the conclusion? I think we've been talking about a lot of things.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to add anything else?
Okay, can get. In conclusion is I think because wherever I came across in my mind, I may improve my apps also, because sometimes I see something, hear something for new inspiration, new idea, then I will add in. I think now I think in conclusion, what type of conclusion? In conclusion, I want to expand my app business into other type of apps, and then also in other store because actually my Buddhist app I already developed a lot. I may not have new idea anymore. If anybody give me idea, I will develop some more. If not, I will try to create business apps or utility or whatever because I feel that my passion, at least I'm quite satisfied with my passion.
What are the other apps you created already in addition to Buddhist apps?
That one is my another account. Normally I create something like a simple type of memo, all these things memo type of app. And also I got some like Chinese philosophy, like the Confucius, all this for people to read through.
Great. Yeah, please get back to your conclusion.
Conclusion, I think.
Yeah.
Conclusion, sometimes I think is beside apps, I feel everybody have to, let's say, just whatever, let's say we pray to Buddha and we trust Buddha guidance. That means whatever Buddha guide us to do, we just do Whether can the thing bear fruit or not is a different thing like how I started also, I just some sort of calling to start the app. So I think overall apps are very important. That's where maybe Buddha had to put someone to create So Buddha choose someone to create the app and chosen me to create create the app.
Okay, great. Somebody asked a question from us. Any of your apps predominantly in English? I think most of the apps about Theravada Mahayana, they are in English, right?
Yeah, in English.
So
Yeah.
what I can do is that I can post your website. You have a website called www.bigkidsapps.com. www.bigkidsapps.com. And if somebody wants to look up her Facebook page, she has a pretty good Facebook page. It goes by digital Buddha apps. If you can look it up on Facebook, let me do that. Digital Buddha apps. Yes, here it is.
Yes.
Digital Buddha apps, and that's a Facebook page. And if you can go there, and there is a link for her Play Store, and I can say that our webpage, patisota.blogspot.com, I created a link for her Play Store. So if you want to look at a link for her Play Store, actually you can go to bigkidsapps.com even, because it has all the links to her Play Store. So yeah, and I think it's pretty interesting. So May, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining with me and then sharing with your insights about apps. And I really like somebody's doing something differently, because not everybody can do this kind of thing. And you know that you shared with me that Buddha gave you inspiration.
Yeah.
Take it that way, right? So and then you were really motivated. Create all these apps. Actually, when I look at the numbers of apps and the contents, I feel like, oh, you are such a great person to think about this concept of making apps, designing apps, at the same time making them freely available. Thank you so much. Thank you, May Lye.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante. Thank you.
Yeah, Dhamma folks, today joined with me was May Lye, a Malaysian businesswoman, and she has her own company called Big Kids Apps, and she has her own apps, company she's making, and she's making different other apps too. So if you want to follow up with her apps designing, you can always stay connected to this website, www.bigkidsapps.com. And if you go to this website, you can see a link to her all the apps, especially Buddhist apps, that will take you to Google Play Store. And she had some issues with creating apps for Apple Store, iOS Store, but I don't know. I mean, she will find different ways to make them in the future if she has more time. Yeah. So thank you so much, May Lye. Thank you so much, our viewers, and I hope that we will be meeting with you with another episode in the near future. Thank you. Have a good night. Have a good day. Take care. Be safe.
Okay, good day. Satu.